Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at R2-A3 from the Toys R Us exclusive Astromech Droid 3-pack, and here is the packaging here. Fairly standard as far as design from what we've seen from the Black Series, but obviously this is the first 3-pack, at least that I'm aware of, and it's got all of the display window here that would show all of the droids, and R2-A3 would be displayed right in this window here. There's nothing really on the sides, and then on the back it's got a picture of the character here done in black and white, which I think is funny because this droid here, R2-A3, looks very similar to R2-F2, just because of these photos are in black and white, so you can barely tell the difference. I mean, obviously you can, but just kind of interesting to me, just the flaw in the packaging. And then there is a brief description for R2-A3 here. If you'd like to read that, you can go ahead and just pause the video. So anyway, let's go ahead and get back to the figure review itself here. R2-A3 here stands at, let's see, from this bottom foot here to the top of the head at about 3 inches tall. So he's right in scale with your other Black Series figures, and you know, obviously because he is just a repaint of the R2-D2 figure that was released earlier. Now this guy does have some accessories and some features. I'll go ahead and go over the features first here. These two doors on the front here open, and inside them there are these little tools that they're a little fiddly to grab on camera, but you can articulate them out, and they're very well detailed, especially for the size, and then they just fold away and you can barely even really tell that that's a feature at all. Then on the top here he's got these little removable panels, and I'll talk about what those are for here in a little bit, but there are 3 of them. And then the head swivels and retracts the leg into the center body, and I'll talk about a little bit more about that later as well when I talk about the articulation. He does have little tiny wheels on his feet, and if you're on a very, very smooth surface, they do actually work, but on carpet and things they don't because they're so small. And then finally, you can remove these side panels here. Again, that's just a leftover feature from the original R2-D2 figure. They don't have any, there's really no reason to do that on this one. As far as accessories go, he comes with 2 of them. Here they are. These plug into those top ports on the figure. Again, these are left over from the original R2 figure, and unlike the one that came in the Entertainment Earth 4-pack, it actually comes with them. They had the molds for them, and these are very, very tiny, as you can see here, about 1 inch long. And you know, they had the molds, and they don't cost hardly anything, I'm imagining, to pack in. So why not include them, is my opinion. So I'm glad to have these in this pack here. And as far as this figure's articulation goes, it's fairly basic, obviously, because it's an Astromech droid. And for the most part, it's very well done. Obviously, as I've shown you, the head swivels, and then it retracts the center leg. And I wish that those were done independently from one another. It really prevents you from posing the figure however you want to. It kind of restricts you because, like to have the leg fully retracted, the head basically has to be straight up and down. I mean, and if you start to turn it, then the leg starts to come down. So if you wanted to have, this character looking at somebody over here, but the leg fully retracted, you can't do that. Which is kind of disappointing, but it's not a huge deal. He does have a swivel in the shoulder, goes 360, and he's got a hinge at the ankle, gives him a very good, or all that you really need as far as articulation there. Then on the retractable third leg here, there is a hinge at the bottom, which does let, that ankle piece, move down to where you would want it to. So overall, this figure is basically what I expected it to be, just a repaint of that original R2-D2 figure. But I think they did a nice job, and a lot of people really like Astromech droids. So I would say if you're a fan of Astromech droids, this pack is worth picking up. If not, it's probably a pass, just because these Astromech droids are not really famous, per se. So If you like Astromechs, like I said, it's worth picking up. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section below, and I guess I'll see you later.